Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Oz. Oz is from Turkey, but she lives in London. So let's see what Oz has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hello.
Hello Oz, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, William. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time for the interview today. Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
So tell me, how's your day been so far?
It's not been too bad. I've had a few meetings relating to an event I'm helping organise next week. So yes, it's been full of event planning and just conversations today. It's been a day of conversations. That is a simple one.
Tell me where you're from, Oz.
Where am I from? I'm currently in London. I live and I'm an artist in London, and I'm also Turkish by heritage as well. So I'm a London-based artist, born in London, but with Turkish heritage.
Amazing. And do you go back to Turkey sometimes as well for family?
I have done. I haven't been able to the last few years, but I do when I have a moment to go for a holiday, catch up with everybody.
So I know that you are an artist, yeah? So tell me a little bit about your career, how everything started.
How did it start? I studied and graduated from university back in 2000. During that period, when I came out of university, it was a case of you have to have a regular job. So I did art on the side. I didn't really go into it full whack. Did retail, office admin, worked in the voluntary sector. Gained a lot of skills. And then when the pandemic happened, the COVID happened, I thought I was made redundant from my work at the time. And I thought, now is a good time to get into my art. So I've been building it up the last 2 years properly. But no, learning a business side of things is much interesting. It's a lot to learn.
I'm sure. But I think when it gets to the point of business, it means that you are going the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. It's hard work, but it's worth it. It is. I can see the skills I'm learning. So it's been a valuable experience so far and hopefully continues.
Amazing. Right, so just before we start our journey, William the Magic Box, when I was checking your profile on Instagram, it says there, contemporary, colorful, and curious art. Yes. So tell me a little bit this definition in your profile of art.
I liked, I find growing up as a British Turkish person, I found when I found it very difficult to be just boxed into a particular category. I'm not just British, I'm not just Turkish, I'm a bit of both, and it doesn't fit in with the tick box exercises that people want you to fit in. So I'm creating art to make people think beyond the regular traditional form of figurative art. So doing it through use of colour, through abstract imagery, but you can see some figurative landscapes amongst it. And sometimes it tells a story, gives you a bit of a weaves you into the storytelling of the landscape and helps. I like to think it encourages people to think beyond what they just see, and they become a bit, why is that like that? What's happening there? What can I see in there? What do these colours mean to me? What is this feeling I'm picking up? It's just to step outside the constraints society has put on us, so we're a bit more curious, a bit more playful, a bit more fun with our surroundings. That's my mission.
Amazing, very good. Right, so are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
I'll do my best.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend. Wonderful questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question. Let's do it. Okay, Oz, before we start the game, through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? All very friendly.
Okay.
First question for you is, what keeps you up at night?
Oh gosh, what keeps me up at night? At the moment, not many. I haven't got too many troubling thoughts at the moment. I mean, obviously, the current situation with the economic crisis and the cost of living is a tough one, but it doesn't keep me up at night. I was fortunate when growing up. I was given the mentality of being hopeful, look on the positive side of life. So we can have struggles, but it's just finding the way to manage that and being positive with it helps, I think. So currently nothing, though I have had sleepless nights before, but at the moment it's been good.
Amazing, lucky you. And saying that, do you consider yourself to be more of a day or night person?
It's mixed up. When I was younger, I was more of a day person. I'd get up bright and early, and I would like, "Good morning, everybody. How you doing?" sort of thing. And people, it's just too much first thing in the morning. But now I work better in the evenings. I don't know if it's an age thing, but I've kind of evolved. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to go back. I think I'm a bit of a chameleon in that way, depending on like season of the year.
I had a few artists on the show here, and they said exactly most the same thing as well. They said that for some reason they work better during the night. I don't know, because the world is kind of sleeping, and kind of the ideas come along, and you feel more for some reason it comes, and you don't see the time passing by. It just goes like that.
It's still that stillness. You can hear it's tangible, that stillness, but it's comforting. So you don't have to worry about the noise from day to day. You know, it is very inspiring. I've sometimes, aside art, I've also did some writing before, poetry, and I was writing a novel which hasn't finished yet, but I would stay up till about 2 o'clock in the morning writing stories. So yeah, there's something quite nice about that time of the night.
Absolutely. Next question, Oz. Let's do it. Next question for you is, what is the most romantic thing someone has ever done for you?
Oh, geez. I don't think I have. I can't think of anything. If something comes to mind, but nothing's come to mind at the moment.
All right. Saying that, do you consider yourself to be a romantic person?
I think so. I am very thoughtful in the way I am. So I do like to think what would make someone smile, and I think I do like the idea of romanticism and romance. So I think I am. If you're going to ask me what's the most romantic thing you've done, I can't say anything on those lines.
Yeah, I think this romantic gesture is something that's sometimes just for us to know that and to feel it, to keep it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just something special that is going to be with you. It doesn't matter for how long, but it's going to be there. And when you're going to remember, always going to bring a smile. So that's what I believe as well. Next question. Let's do it. Well, before the next question, what's the best part of being an artist? What's the most joy of it that brings you happiness? And also, there's always a challenging part. What that would be, in your opinion?
I think it's the smile on somebody's face when they view your artwork, when they see it and they appreciate what you've done, or they get a sense of whatever you try to express. That really makes me happy. The actual expression of it's beautiful as well. I like being able to just go wild on the canvas. I like working big. Currently, I'm not able to work big. But when I do work big, it's so freeing and it's just uplifting. And I feel like this is my calling. So that's my next project. But the challenging thing is I'm actually going for a challenging moment right now, because I'm kind of shifting in what I'm going to create. It's going to be a bit more topic focused in terms of, as I mentioned earlier, about the boundaries, breaking that being curious about the boundaries, not being a constraint. I'm going to be exploring more personal topics that's come up for me, and that's accepting that idea and going with that, being comfortable with that idea was very challenging for me.
When you say working big, what that means?
Big, a large scale. So like a canvas bigger than me.
Oh, I see. Like a big art.
Yes.
I see. All right. And for that, it takes a lot of time and a lot of your work as well to get there, I believe.
It takes a lot of time. I work relatively fast, so it can take a long time, but the biggest problem I have with that at the moment, I don't have the studio space to have that big canvas. That's why I'm currently restricted. I'm working towards hopefully getting a studio. But there's a space for me. Is kind of once I have it in front of me, then it'd be like, it shouldn't be that difficult.
I can see a lot of big arts come along from there after that, for sure. Next question for you is, do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
I suppose, who am I thinking of? My nephew. My nephew's living his life to his fullest. He's only 9. He's going to be 10 next month. But he just embraces all the adversity that comes to him with a smile on his face, and he's very loving and giving in terms of how he interacts with everybody else around him, and he's always finding joy in everything he does, and it's just beautiful to see. I think he's living his life to his fullest from creativity, Legos, he does lots of activities, clubs and stuff like that, so he's got lots of potential, dancing, whatever. I think he's living his life to his fullest.
Can you see some artists then connect with you, with him? There is some connection there.
He's just got into his art last year, so that's going to hopefully grow. I'll definitely encourage it. But yeah, it's lovely.
You said that his birthday is next month. Mine as well. Which day? It's his.
5th of November. So fireworks night.
I'm 17th of November, so close. Scorpio. Ooh. Next question, let's do it. Chaos from London. Next question is, what do you think people need to know about each other before they get married?
Oh gosh. That could be anything. I think they need to be honest with each other, open and honest. I think that's the biggest important thing. If they've got open communication, it's not about knowing because there's lots of things. Everybody's life's different. Everybody's secrets or whatever. Everybody has that, but I think it's about open communication and answering or offering up information is key. And that communication needs to be really transparent. And I think that's what I'd say.
Totally agree. I think if you need to have an open communication with the person who we are sharing a life with. If you don't feel comfortable having open communication with this person, my God, who is going to be that? So you need to have, this is the main key, I think. Communication is the main key of a relationship. Yeah. Next one. Let's do it. Before the next one, you mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you are working as well on a novel. Can you talk a little bit about it, or is it a secret?
Working along?
A novel. A novel.
On a novel. I've written, it's not a secret per se. I've just stopped writing it. So it's like, I do want to revisit it, and it's about legends. Mystical legends, not legends that we know of. Mm-hmm. And based on numerology. So it's based on numbers, but it's about, essentially, it's a little romance, a love story based on 2 characters that have a love-hate relationship at the beginning, and then it because of the legend that they're part of, they come together in unison, and it's a bit of a fantasy, dystopian, supernatural kind of a mix. And yeah, some of the characters scared me, therefore I stopped writing.
Ooh, interesting. Oh my God, now you're gonna make people wonder more and more and buy your book when it comes out, for sure.
I need to finish it first, but yeah.
There is something, one of the characters, there's something about you in there as well? One of the characters or not?
No, I don't necessarily, but the characters do come to life. It's like you might get this if you listen to, have conversations, lots of writers and authors, you might come across them saying that they start with the intention that the character and the plot's going to go this way and they've planned it, but when they start writing, the characters decide they're going to have a different conversation and it's going to go somewhere totally different. You go, and they get surprised. Where did that come from? And that's exactly what happens with my characters. They do tend to go off on a tangent. I'm thinking, I wasn't planning that. What are you doing? But it works. That conversation happens. And so there's not a bit of me, but something comes from wherever that inspiration, and I channel it, I suppose, in written form or in my art when I do my art. But yeah, it comes out. So maybe a bit of me is in there, but there's nothing obvious. You can't really see it because I don't deliberately put me in there.
I see. All right. Next question is, where are you planning to go for your next holidays?
Oh, if I go on holiday, hopefully I go. I think the next one would be to Turkey to see my family because I haven't seen them for a while. That would be it. But if I weren't to go to Turkey, because that's an obvious thing, I'd love to go to. I'd love to go to. I'm thinking. I'd love to go to Scotland. I haven't been to Scotland and Ireland. I've done Wales. Yeah, check it out.
Actually, I've never done Scotland either. I've done Ireland, but I've never been in Scotland. And it's such a beautiful country, isn't it? We are so close by. You just need to take the chance and do it.
Yeah. Oh, there's a place on the planet that has rainbow eucalyptus trees. I think it's the Philippines. I want to say it's the Philippines. I could be wrong. Could be Australia. I want to see those trees. So I may make a trip there one day.
Wow. For sure. Ready for another one?
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Let's do it. Chaos from London. Next question is, what did you think was the most challenging part of being a kid?
The most challenging part of being a kid? I don't remember it much, but I'm guessing it was most challenging because when I was younger, I was looked after by my gran in Turkey as my parents were here in the UK. And from my understanding is apparently that caused a lot of difficulties between me and my mum because when they came to pick me up, I didn't recognise her as my mum. So because it's been such a long time, I think that was challenging for me to, and that has had an effect on my relationship with my mum over the years because I think that's borderlined it. But that's, I think, dealing with those emotions and understanding who is your actual parent and that sort of thing. I think that was very difficult for me, but I don't remember it but I just know that's happened. So I'm thinking that would be probably my most challenging thing as a child.
So interesting saying that, Oz, because when I was 2 years old or before 3, my parents, they got divorced. They were very young and they got divorced. And my grandmother, she was looking after me as well. Mm-hmm. And at the time, my mom, she needs to work. She needs to find a job and, to get the life going on. So I remember she went to work in this farm where she couldn't take me. And I need to be, she couldn't come just once a month to see me. And I stayed with my grandmother, I think, for 3 months. Mm-hmm. And so my parents, they decided to get back together again. And of course, after that, they need to take me together, of course. My grandmother, at the time, she had a husband at the time, Luis, his name, I remember his name. I don't remember him, but I remember I have some memories of him. And my mom said to me, William, I never saw a man crying so badly like he was when I came to pick up, because he got some bond with me and my grandmother as well. And I don't remember if he had children or not, but I don't know why, but he got this connection with me, he was raising me. And after 3 months, when my parents decided to take me back, for him was a big deal. It was heartbroken. And my grandmother as well, she was very sad because somehow you get connected with the child, you know what I mean? You are raising a child, so it's yours child. Even though it's not yours, but you get connected. And I don't remember this situation, but my mom, she told me so many times, and it was heartbroken. But yes, I understand your point. I think for a child, it must be very difficult to understand those things, because even though for you it's more difficult because it was another country, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I think that made it more difficult because it was a bit of a long distance as well. But yeah, definitely no child should go through that, but they do, sadly.
Absolutely. And somehow as well build or give some effects in our personality when you grow up. You know what I mean? It makes you maybe stronger or more fragile with different things in life. And I totally understand your point. I totally understand. Anyway, it meant to be this way, to make the person you are today, for sure.
I agree with that, yeah, definitely.
Next
what
question.
doesn't break you shapes you, they say.
Do absolutely. And I'm sure at the time, of course, as a child, you don't understand anything. You're just living whatever they do, whatever they tell you to go or to live. But when you grow up, you start to understand things. That's when the questions comes along and you go like, why was that? Or, it's a bit difficult to understand or to fully understand the situation.
Definitely.
Even though there are some reason, of course, I'm sure your parents are doing something good for you. They're working, you know what I mean? They're like working for you to get a better life for you. But for a child, it doesn't understand, this closeness of affection.
Yeah.
It's difficult to deal with, for sure. Next question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, tell us about a funny story or moment that happened to you when you were a child at school.
Oh gosh, funny moment or moments.
Did you like school?
I did enjoy school. I'm trying to remember a funny moment. I suppose at one point I studied in Turkey for 4 years. Secondary school, and in our class there was this lad who brought in his pet newt, and he was like, I dare you to, I bet you won't be very scared to hold this newt in your hand. And I was petrified inside, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to let him see that. I thought, okay, I'll hold it.
Wow.
I did hold it, and the look on his face, he was like, I didn't believe it. And I felt really happy. I was thinking, I did it. I don't know, it was quite funny. To me, that at the moment, that was very funny, and I really enjoyed that moment. But I haven't done it again.
I'm gonna Google this newt. Newt. What is this animal?
Like a lizard. It's from the reptile family.
I see. Oh my God, you're very brave.
Yeah, I think that was when you're a young person, you've got much more courage, haven't you?
Of course.
Point. No boy's gonna tell me that I can't hold a newt. I'll be scared.
Oh, wow. Good one. I love it. My goodness. I'm sure he will always remember that situation for sure. He will always remember.
I need to find him and ask him the question.
Hopefully he will watch the interview right now. You never know. And you're gonna go like, oh my God, it was me. Oh wow. So funny. 3 questions left for you.
Okay.
Also, before the next question, tell me which piece of your art that you go like, okay, that's my favorite one for some reason, for any reason, which one that would be and why?
Oh, it's like telling a parent which child do you like the most. It's very difficult. You can't be doing that. I find that very difficult. Because I've gone through lots of stages in my art, so there's some of them that go through resonate with me for different reasons. My favorite actually, one of my favorite is that one behind me. It's called Earthquake 1, and I created that years ago after my experience in the earthquake in 1999 that hit Istanbul. I was there at the time, so it was part of the earthquake. It happened and it shook me, and I need to express this. And I came up with the concept that because I like doodling as well at the same time. I've got this fascination with doodles. The big purpley thing round is like the doodle, and the little circles as well, that one and that one also. That doodles just disrupting the landscape, which is of an image from Turkey at the background. But it's not destroying it completely, because at the time when it was outside and everybody had this sense of community and sense of hope, and they're all coming together to help each other, and that feeling of togetherness, that positive, we can look after each other, kind of, that hope stayed with me, and I didn't want to make it a very dark piece, but I wanted to symbolize hope, and that hopefully nobody would have to experience something like this again, sort of.
Wow, beautiful. How long did it take for you to finish the whole art?
That so I think about a week, because when I was doing that, I was at university. I done the outside, and I couldn't find the perfect image to go in for the landscaping. So then it took me about a week, but by thinking it might have taken 2 weeks by thinking, but it condensed it down at roughly about a week.
I see. All right. Next question is tough question now. If someone gave you an envelope with your death date inside of it, would you open it or not, and why?
Oh gosh, that's a bit morbid, isn't it? Would I want to, I don't know. It depends in the moment, because I have moments where I'm curious, but at times I don't need to know. And it depends when that is presented to me. It depends where my mindset is at that moment. It's like, do I really want to know? Because if you find out about it, I mean, if I get told and I looked at it, oh yes, then that would worry me, because I'm thinking that day's going to come. But then it could also be, well, actually, ignore that. That might not happen. I can make my own life go beyond that, and if I take a positive amount, because that negative thought will always bring a person down. So I don't think it's healthy to know something like that, because it could really sidetrack you. So possibly I will go, so I'll leave everything up to God.
Absolutely.
You think we're down, good thing.
I think it would affect your life, knowing that you're gonna keep that in your mind all the time, and it would affect your journey. You do something differently that you meant to do, I believe.
Yeah.
Cool. 2 questions left for you. Let's do it. But before the next question, tell me, as you're saying that you're more of a night person, when you do your art, when you are doing your magic, yeah, do you need to be inspired, or you can do anytime? Like anytime you go like, okay, I'm gonna do it now, and you just do it, or you need to have those feeling, okay, I feel inspired now to do it. How does it work for you?
A little bit of both, actually, but I think it's a case of practice makes people get into the habit of doing. You'll come up with something. Sometimes I can start something when I'm not inspired, and I'll do a watercolor initially, and I think that's absolutely rubbish. It's just like, what was that? But the second one I do after that comes out better. And it's like, okay, so it's like having a brain dump. Sometimes even if I'm not inspired, I just need to get that, whatever it is, out onto the page, and then I can move on to the next one and do it. So I don't necessarily need to be inspired, but by doing some sort of painting, it then triggers, because I can have a time when I haven't painted for a whole week, and then I start, and then the whole day I've come up with like 10 little mini pictures or something. It's like really quick paintings, really quickly. It's just got myself into that habit, and it just happens. So and writers do that as well. If you think about it, writers, they have they say it's a blank block, the mind writer's block they call it. Then they sit down and journal something down, whatever it is, in the morning. That they do their, I can't remember, there's a particular term, I can't remember it right now, but they just brains up everything onto paper, and then they start writing, because they've got that all out system. So it's a very similar process, which I find so I don't need to be inspired, but it's nice to have the inspiration to know what I'm focusing on, because I have done in the past where I'm an intuitive artist as well, so I also sometimes let myself feel the emotions around me and then create something in response to what I'm feeling. And yeah, that in those moments sometimes it can be quite tricky as well, in terms of the the inspiration that comes, because it doesn't always come out effectively. But anyway, I don't know if I'm making sense.
It does.
It makes a lot of sense.
No, absolutely, it does make sense. It's like, it's a moment. It's just the moment. It can come anytime. You know what I mean? Sometimes you are inspired and you can just do it. Sometimes you're not, but you try to do as well. It doesn't come right and you do it again. So that's how it works. There are no rules. I think everyone has their own style. Next question is, if I would ask your best friend right now to define yourself in a positive words and a negative words, what do you say?
I guess I'm a friendly person, down to earth, always positive. Negative, I suppose, I do have low self-esteem, so I say, because I'm not as confident as I might come across, but I'm not confident, and I can shy away from doing stuff sometimes as well. So maybe something on those lines.
You are a proper artist. All of them, they are like that. Most of them, they are like that. They do this beautiful magic, but when you meet them, they have like a shell protecting them sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. In networking events, you'll find me in the corner hiding away. And when you're meant to go and give out your business, because I did this artwork.
Oh, sweet. Ready for the last one?
Okay, let's go for it.
Last question, let's do it. Before the last question, people watching the interview right now, maybe they want to start a career as an artist. Some things hold them back for some reason. They want to express themselves, but for some reason, they're not there yet. What would be your best piece of advice?
Just do it. I mean, you can let fear and self-confidence stop you from doing something, but if it's a burning passion to do inside, if it's an inner calling, if you feel I need to do, just do it. It's you need to step over that first hurdle, and the more you do it, the more comfortable you get, and over time, don't hold yourself back, because I think the more you hold yourself back as any type of creative, not necessarily art or music, but any type of creative, it's like you limit yourself. You're not living your full potential, and it takes a while to understand that. But it's like, do I really want to live like 80 or 70% of me, or do I want to live my full potential? And then, because I find when I allow myself to be beyond my confidence, I inspire people as well. People find inspiration from what I've done or what I've said or I've shared, and that's encouraging. So it could be, if you're holding yourself back, think about what inspiration you might not be sharing with other people, and that inspiration might allow somebody else as that ripple effect trickle out, and give encouragement to other people as well. So just do it. Don't be afraid.
Amazing. You know what? You made me remember something now. A few months ago, I had an interview with an artist from Berlin, and he's just like living his life right now, doing arts every single day. And when he was younger, he tried to go to art school. Yeah, he applied for it, and a teacher or someone in the business told him that he was not an artist, so he couldn't do it. You know what happened? He literally believed it, and he didn't do anything for 10 years because of that comment of someone. Can you imagine? Yeah. And he was like, William, that is holding me back for so many years, because I thought I wasn't capable, I was an artist. That wasn't something that it meant to be for me. And after 10 years, he woke up. He was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing it again. And now he's living his life with his art. And so I loved when he shared that, because sometimes if you receive a no, it doesn't matter who can be, but sometimes it's just a no. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who this person is. Sometimes you just need to believe in yourself and just go for it.
No,
Go on.
I was going to say, I have a very similar experience actually with that. It's like I studied at my foundation at Chelsea School of Art, which was great. In the painting module, there was life drawing. At the time, I didn't feel comfortable doing life drawing because of my faith, because I'm also a Muslim by birth because of being Turkish. And one of the teachers allowed us, me and my sister, to do still life, which we was doing that. So the next day we went into the outside the class, waiting for another teacher to let them know we're going to be in that room over there, continuing still life. And she turned around and goes, "You should be doing life drawings. You're not an artist. What kind of artist are you if you're not doing life drawing?" And that was the painting module, which that's my passion. That's my creativity. I stopped painting for a year and a half because of her. And when I went to university that first year, I didn't touch paint. So I did every other practice. And that was difficult. And luckily I was at university. So I thought I've got to ask them, try again, let me see. And then I picked up the courage to paint, and it's like home again. It's just like, this is what I want to do. But yeah, a teacher like that, anybody, not necessarily a teacher, but somebody who does one negative thing can really throw you off track. And yeah, it's definitely not let those naysayers get the better of you.
And I think of course, people like through your career, through everything, they're going to say no, they're going to dislike it. But when a teacher says that, it's a big impact because we trust them, we believe them for some reason. We have this figure of, okay, they know what they're talking about, they understand it. So I think they should be more careful or more understanding as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Come on, you are a teacher. You should be the one encouraging whatever they want to do, whatever they want to painting, even though if because of their religion or their beliefs, they can, whatever. They are teachers. They need to, to encourage you, to show a different way instead of just having this moment. You know what I mean?
Definitely agree. Definitely.
And I think sometimes as well, come on, you were 1 year and a half, but this gentleman in Germany took 10 years. So, and he looks back and said, my God, William, when I think about it, it's like I wasted 10 years of my life, but he said it was necessary because now he's like living the best of his arts. And I think, but yeah, some people that are stronger, like both of you, but imagine some people, they believe what they say. Can you imagine? They're just gonna stop it. That's it. They're gonna be depressed, or they're gonna go another direction that they think they could be, and they might never show their magic or their arts to the world. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's a good point. I think teachers, they should be always supportive. Anyhow, doesn't matter. But even though like she had this moment, my goodness, how sad in a way, isn't it, to have a comment like that? But anyway, you went over it and now you're here. So that's what matters. Next question for you is, what's the weirdest dream you ever had?
The weirdest, I have loads of weird dreams. Oh my word. I think, let me see, I'm just remembering dreams. I think the most recent weird dream was actually, I'll tell you a dream that sparked off my writing my poem, my novel, not poem. I dreamt there was this garden area with a little picnic table type thing. There was a couple seated having breakfast or some sort, eating something, and there's this character who happened to be me walking towards them and joining them in for this breakfast. And there was this guy who I think was like house share. So we had house share, and I was the new person who's getting to know everybody else. And then it starts to rain from above, and it's just drops of water, and then it's like this is like pink, what look like prawns, sort of like a creature, not full creature, but it's just that kind of a thing that's falling out. I was thinking, so I jump up, absolutely petrified, and trying to get indoors. This is quite dark actually, but going to inside, and as I'm going inside, I look down onto the floor and I see a puddle of what should have been a puddle of water, but it was a puddle of blood.
Oh my God. And
there's like blood footsteps going into this house ahead of me, but that image of this person standing in a pool of blood is it's part of the novel that I'm writing, so I have brought that in, but it is a bit scary. And then it goes into this, the person goes into this house, and this house, it's still raining outside, but she goes looking for wardrobes, and these wardrobes that extend out, like massive wardrobe, like a magic wardrobe with clothes and towels, and they clean themselves up. But yeah, it was a really weird dream. It's really
Wow.
it's very
You are describing, I was just like imagining like the situation. Oh my goodness.
I have film like dreams often, so that was one of the few. Yeah, the most recent was about the galaxy. It wasn't as bloody as that, but
For sure, I didn't want to be dead in your dream. Okay, Oz, for sure. All right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. One word for family.
love,
Money.
needed.
How about life?
Life, joy, joyous joy.
How about love?
Oh God, love is comfort, hug.
Oh, sweet. Sex?
Taboo in some places.
See. Politics?
Angry,
Religion?
calm,
Fear?
worry. That's the first word that came to mind, worry.
Okay. Friendship?
I don't know. Friendship, laughter,
Amazing. Desire?
passion,
Regret?
sorry.
Success?
Oh, went from wealthy to healthy, so
Okay. Wish?
wish, lucky,
One word for happiness.
smile,
One word for London.
city.
What a big city.
It's a massive
One word for Turkey.
a home,
Oh. And the last one now, artist. One word.
life.
Amazing. Okay, let's pretend I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, tell me the most beautiful thing about us, and tell me something that you still need to work on, to improve on. What your best friend would say.
I guess that my kindness is the best feature. My confidence. I have to work on my confidence.
Do you see some work in progress?
There's a lot of. I'm still a work in progress. Always a work in progress.
Amazing. All of us, we are there. Let's play now Oz and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Oz, actually, before you ask me a question, tell me what's your favorite Turkish word?
My favorite Turkish word. Oh, that is put me on the spot. I'm probably thinking words that it's not my favorite. I got the really randomest word in my head. My favorite Turkish word is inshallah. It's also an Arabic word, but we do say inshallah in Turkish. It's like hope. It's like, it means hopefully, but I take it as hope.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Amazing, I love it. You can ask me a question now, Oz.
Okay. What is your most profound aha moment? What was your most profound aha moment?
Like something like happened that was like, wow.
And you went, aha, oh, that's been quite important.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something now, Oz. It's gonna sound cliche, but it's this. It's the magic box.
Okay.
I'll tell you something now. I think all of us, we come to this world for a reason, yeah? For all of us, we have an ability to do something. to leave our signature in the world somehow. And I strongly believe that all of us, we can do different things in life and still be happy, We can do things and go like, okay, I was born for that. I was born to do this, So I strongly believe we can do different careers and also be happy. But I was always asking myself, my God, when I see people talking about, I was born for that. I can't wait to wake up and start doing something that they love it. And I always admire those people because I was like, my goodness, I would like to feel that. I would like to have something that I can go to bed thinking about it. I can wake up thinking about it. And in 2020, when I went for a run in the park and this idea just came along, you have no idea it was so powerful that I forgot everything what I was thinking. I was running and I had this moment I stopped it in the park. I was like, my goodness, that's what I'm going to do. Because I was trying to do something creativity where I could connect with people around the world, and I was like, my goodness, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask questions to people, like random questions, to see their reaction, what they think about, their point of views. At the same time as well, they can connect with the world. They can connect and let people connect with themselves. So saying that, when I look back through my life, this interaction always done. As a teenager, I remember I was going out with friends at school and I was like, what's your favorite color? Who's your favorite teacher? So people who knows me very well, my friends, they go like, my God, Willie, that's what you do, Magic Box, it's you. Because, it's something that's always done. And it's so funny because I spent my life looking for something that would give me joy, but it was already here, but I didn't know it was hidden somewhere. And I need to go through a tough time, like 2020, the whole world went upside down, for this thing to come along, to wake up, you know what I mean? And I remember, like, sit down in my bed. I have pictures of me sit down in my bed, like writing the questions, trying to connect with people. It's been a lovely journey. I know it's cliche, but something else that it's been feeding my soul, my life, my dreams every single day. You have no idea how amazing it is to connect with other people around the globe and to let them be themselves. I think the whole magic of the show is about people being themselves and show their weakness, vulnerabilities, yes, and their strength, their art, their music, anything, just about their lives. I have over 700 people on the show already. And imagine those people sharing so many stories about their lives. It's just amazing. If I would see someone doing this interaction, I would go like, oh my God, I'd love to be doing that. So yeah.
You're living your dream then.
I am. Every single day, every single day, I just wake up. I don't get tired. I literally don't get tired. And sometimes I go like, oh my God, because physically sometimes you get tired. But when you do something that you like, you just go. And one point you go like, wait a minute, I'm tired now. So yeah, it's something, I know it's cliche, but it's an honest answer because, I've been very lucky in my life. I had so many wow moments that, since I left Brazil when I was 19 and I could write a book just with those stories. But lately, that's something that it's meant to be for me, meant to be because I just find the best joy of it for sure.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you so much for being kind and sweet and to take the opportunity to express yourself and to talk about your arts as well. I think sometimes, as you're saying about being shy, sometimes when you give like a little step, you never know where it can get you. You know what I mean? You never know. So sometimes you need to come out of our comfort zone for a little bit, and you never know where it can take you. For sure.
Definitely, I agree with that. It's just taking that step.
Thank you so much. But before you go, if you can share a positive message, something that you live by.
Something that I live by. It links back to what I'm doing with my artwork. Be curious. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because I want to encourage people, because of how the world, society shaped us, or imposed these rules and regulations on us. We're following everything they do, everything they say. And it starts off growing up as a child, listening to your parents. Your parents have their cultural or you know, those kind of rules. It's not bad things, but that you get used to, oh, listen to this. Then you go to school, you've got the teachers telling you certain rules, you listen to that, you go to college or you go into work. There's all these rules that's constantly, even subconscious, not vocally thing, but said, but it's something we all adapt and shift into, and we suppress a part of us because we need to fit into the fashion trends, the music trends, watch this film, whatever it is. And my message is to be you in a world where we're expected to fit in. It's just to be your true self. It's just like, don't allow all that noise to shape you. You are your own person, therefore have the courage to be your unique self, and just, yeah, and don't fit into the trends, just do your own thing.
Absolutely. And I'd like to say as well that sometimes that voice or that sound can be so strong that you believe it, that you go like, okay, that's the right thing, you know. But sometimes I think we are here to make this voice not too loud anymore, you know what I mean, and be different, being weird or being whatever. It's good, it's perfect, you know. Nobody wants to be normal, you know. Normal, everyone wants to be unique, different for some reason. So don't be afraid to be yourself. Some people gonna dislike you, but a lot of people gonna like it. So that's the best thing for sure.
Definitely, I agree.
Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure, Ross. Thanks so much. Okay. Take care. Bye bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.